Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Ivara Prime build. Basically, Ivara's like pretty good. I don't see a lot of people using her, and I didn't use her for the longest time, but she has some like nice quality of life, comfort type of business going on. So I'm gonna start with the shards, and then I'll move on from there to the build, and then I'll show a little bit of kind of like the gameplay. Basically, parkour velocity, or casting speed, parkour velocity, and then 2 just regular green shards. You don't need the Cal Forge, it doesn't do anything for you. As far as the build itself, actually what I really like about Ivar, and the reason for obviously the parkour is Prowl slows you down, and you're gonna be, you're gonna be like rolling around. You can't sprint, it's gonna take you out of your invisibility. But the thing I really like about this build is it's pretty comfortable for using any real weapon you like, and it's pretty good. This build specifically, I'm using for the Cascade. That's because of Smite. Like I don't use this really in like any other game mode other than Cascade. And the thing that's nice about Ivar is it's like pretty free for like the helmet you use, because you're mostly using like the invisibility, the arrow to set up. Maybe you're using the sleep arrow and like against like Demolist to sleep them, prime them, kill them, something like that. But other than that, you're using the invisibility to set up your Crepuscular. So you get yourself invisible, you activate this. This Prowl is going to give you the invisibility, the headshot bonus, extra loot you're not really noticing. Anyways, the whole thing about this is the build is set up so you're using like double weapons. Like you're using a primer where you want, like a primer and then like your main DPS kind of weapon setup, just to get this little extra weapon bonus, and then you get the weak point bonus because Ivara's whole niche is like hitting weak points or headshots for this. But see, why am I running all this? By the way, the aircon flow, I don't think it matters. It's just something in there because it can be. But basically, you want your secondary to have Fortifier. That's gonna be the thing that's why we don't have Prime Sure-Footed up here. Why we don't have like Rolling Guard or any status immunity, like through her augment to give her status immunity with these arrows. We have this for a little speed buff, and then it's nice because you can kind of take it anywhere. You can do your spies, you can do really whatever you're looking for. You get that little movement speed bonus, and then it's just a general comfort build. You got your energy sustain, and then you start with full energy, so you don't have to deal with any nonsense. It's just comfortable. This slot, I'd say, is like you can kind of put whatever you want in here. I'm still figuring this part of the build out, but I've played the build a lot, and I don't feel like I'm really missing too much of anything. I wouldn't put Rolling Guard because you're gonna constantly rolling. Maybe like you can make it work, but you're constantly rolling, so like you're gonna be constantly activating your Rolling Guard just to get them around with the way Ivara works. And the other thing, like I said, the helmet, super flexible. So you got basically like you can do like a melee build where you got the Wrathful Advance, and then I'll show a setup where I'm using that. I have a spy build here, which is great for spy. The same thing with the infiltrate. You can pass through like the lasers and do whatever you want. Very comfortable, very nice. And I use this for all of my like, your weeklies where you're doing the Archon hunt and you get a spy mission, or where you want to hack and you can't use your pre-crafted like hacking keys, right? So, but this you can use, which is very nice, and it gets your spy missions done easy. It's basically brain dead. I can show like a little bit of that too, but you got yeah. So here's the Smite build. Anyways, let's just show a little bit of this. And I like, you can use any helmet. You can use like your silence, whatever you want to use. Like the build's super comfortable. You do need like a secondary fortifier, and I'll show. And like any weapons you want other than that, like contingency, is kind of like up to you. Like she's very comfortable to use like any weapon that have some accuracy on. Like things I've used are like Strong Prime, Latron, the dual Toxicist, and And I'll show a little bit of this, but I also really like using, what is it called? The Stalta. The Stalta's pretty great for the, her, and you're comfortable, like you're invisible. Any issues? Not really. And it's a lot of damage. I'll show that a little bit. Right now I've been using the Tron, doesn't really matter. The key note though with any of the weapons you're using is having these like hush, silence mods, just because
navigation has been updated.
You can't have any gunfire sound. You need a silent weapon. You need a silent weapon or else basically you're gonna lose your invisibility for a moment. And it's unplayable. It's actually unplayable. The frame is seriously unplayable without that. Build a little bit. The weapons like aren't gonna matter. You can use what makes like you happy, what you have built, what makes you comfortable.
Operator,
it's not really about that.
It's from Fortuna.
Allied Phase selling the latest in asset security.
Alright, so
Conduits. Put the key in and
get
you
this
can
started real
pull the
quick.
shinies out. Trick is,
Motorized strength
you've got to
boost,
wait
boom,
to
invisibility, activate
Something
capacitor, and then I'm
happens to the
invisible.
conjure before you can pull the
Let's start the
goods.
mission. And you'll notice like
You
my
don't
energy
get the
throughout this
goods
whole thing, it's very
ever.
comfortable. You're not really struggling to upkeep energy. And when you're doing this, you're basically moving around. You want to like use your operator a lot to move around because you can only roll. Like you can't slide, you can't run, can't sprint.
This isn't your regular bolt job. Allied Phase sold the conduits with
But yeah,
interference
as far as
routines
companion
specifically
goes,
designed for the tenor.
it doesn't matter what you use. There is like one mod I'll show after this
Conduit
on your
keys
companion
are
that
carried by high-ranking
also helps with
marketing monks.
your energy sustain, which is pretty nice. And then obviously I'm running equilibrium, so you want to run your health top. But yeah, show like basically the I'll try to get some fortifier quick, because like I said, fortifier is kind of nice. Like even though you're not really getting shot at, and sometimes you're playing with teammates, you know, like sometimes like procs like are going around, and it just keeps you like generally safe. So we got the invis arrow, the sleep arrow. It's pretty comfortable. It's extremely comfortable build. Alright, so basically you have equilibrium for synth deconstruct to help with your equilibrium, and seismic bond because you have a channeled ability, and prowl. Prowl basically is the thing keeping you invisible. It's your channeled ability, it's draining energy. Seismic bond, not necessary, but it does make it a little more comfortable. And you can run any companion, doesn't really matter. You run Gariga, you want to run whatever you want, like anything we find, as long as you just slap on synth deconstruct for the equilibrium, and you know, seismic bond just for comfort. Whatever you want to like do primer, you want to have like tenacious bond, you want to have like fiery buff, whatever you want to build, whatever build you have, just kind of slap these in. This one more common, this one less used, but just know about it. It's nice.
The enemy will start destroying data.
With Spy, it's kind of nice to like,
Stay
you know,
focused.
you
There's
kind
a
of
heavy unit approaching.
just run around. Like we got fast speed with the parkour,
Alarms. Data destruction is imminent. You need to hurry.
and then you can walk
Tenno,
right through these
be
things.
on the lookout for
Like,
increased
no problem.
security measures. The enemy would
So,
rather destroy their data than let it get
No
into our
issues. Like you don't
hands.
have to set off alarms. You don't have to
got
worry
it.
about
The data
anything
is
like
still
that.
intact.
With Ivara, you kind of just like kind of speed run. You don't even like use your invisibility. You're gonna speed run, and then get to where you're going. This is maybe one of the talismans where it's like a little more drastic. You know, it's hard to.
Attack us and we will counter.
But
We're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data. Excellent work. A clean
So-
extraction with no alarms.
Let's go on the offensive.
You're nearing the console.
Yeah.
Trigger the
Basically,
alarms
the thing
now,
that's
and
nice
they
about
will
this, like
start
a room
destroying
like
the
this, for
data.
example, you just skip through. You just skip through
Stay
all the
focused.
nonsense.
There's a heavy unit
Like, this doesn't
approaching.
matter. Any of that doesn't matter.
Data
Kinda
extracted. They won't
just
even
do
know
what you
it's
want
gone.
and leave. Like it's
We
very
have
nice.
everything we came
And
for.
you don't have to worry about
Get
setting
to
off alarms.
extraction.
You do your weeklies, super easy. And then parkour away. Don't really worry about dying. Like the enemies that aren't like good enough at these levels to really cause you like to down you, to cause you any problems. And if you get like a little scared, just go in. But the spy,
Your will
easy.
was
Ivara,
greater.
brain dead.
This is good.
Alright, so let's say like you're doing like some void cascade. This is like my main use for Ivara. Basically, like she makes it really comfortable. You come here and
so they can
you
cleanse
prime up and then you press your forward. And then now you're just defending, right? Like you're
use your
whatever
void
you're
power
gonna
to
do.
purge it.
Whatever weapons you like to use. Like, I like to kill Toxicus.
That got their attention.
This just 'cause
Enemy forces moving to your
charge it up
location.
real quick and then clearing it out.
Cascade
It's not really
receiving.
it's just comfortable. You know, you want to move around to another section. These are all just like you're in the room, you're doing this.
The enemy has triggered the release of a possessed exilizer. Purge it before it pumps out even more.
And this is what it's like at every level, like all the way up to 999.
Exilizer online.
And then eventually, like, you'll start getting Xmas, and you'll get your Overguard, and you'll be extra comfortable. You get, like, the Acolytes, whatever weapons you like that are good, whatever methods you like killing. And you got Smite is the infusion. Very easy gameplay. I need to charge my thing back up. I'll use whatever. My spear gun. The weapons don't matter though. Like, it's Ivara that's like, it's pretty comfortable. And she does like all the, your teammates will notice, but you get like comfortable using her. And you're out there, they'll be like, hey, I've never seen Ivara do something like that. Because you're clearing the X's so quick. You're holding things down, you're doing your part. You're invisible, so you're not really stressed out. You know, blah blah blah. So it's nice. And here, I mean, not exactly using a Sigara, but demos, against demos, you would maybe not really need to. And I find I don't need to unless like, my weapons are slow to kill the acolyte. It's all about taste.
Possessed exilizer located. Purge it and make it work for us. Exilizer spent.
Easy peasy. Charge the thing up real quick. Pretty comfortable. Another thing about the spear gun is it has like viral on it. The viral is kind of important for the smite. You know, and you can probably like any primer, but you kind of are like using primers with these fields. Like you run your. I'll show it here. Like you got my spear gun out. Boom. I put like some viral on it. That's what you're good at. Here, I just kind of want to show off the Ivara's like, or the Astalta specifically, because I kind of like the Astalta. You know, something you can kind of use. Or whatever. You see, we got these like enemies here. Kind of prime them up. These enemies just die like nothing. When you use like an all fire, feel cool. No big deal. And and it kills Demolist, like, whatever. You use main fire and not like a machine gun. Assault is strong. You got Robodar, save from like random procs, like get knocked down, whatever. It's Assault is a fun weapon. I like it. You know, doesn't really matter. The energy sustain, very comfortable. And this build, like, you'll find yourself sometimes hitting like combo But there's that.